Hey guys, I'm Serena Z, and I teach violin, viola, and voice at Music Lab at Nashville. So my background in music is I started classically playing violin at age 4. I wish I could say I remember any of that, but I studied classically all the way through high school. I decided I wanted more than just what I was studying. I grew up around all kinds of music, and I really wanted to kind of branch out into other styles like rock and funk and pop and pretty much everything, honestly. So I definitely took that into consideration when I was looking at colleges because I wanted like a well-rounded experience on the violin. So I actually ended up studying jazz in college, which threw me for a major loop because that's nothing I'd ever done before, especially when I've been trained classically my entire life. That's kind of why I decided I wanted more. I wanted to take everything that I learned and just kind of apply that to everything else that I wanted to study. Very recently, I have taken my love for electronic music and kind of combined it with my skill set and my classical training and created this really melodic electronic sound that I have been producing, and I have a ton of music out, and here we are. What drew me to my instrument was my parents putting a violin in my hands. Actually, no. It was a tissue box with a ruler strapped to it with rubber bands as strings because I was too small to start on the violin. My grandpa played the violin, so I feel like that was maybe a factor in choosing that instrument. But yeah, you should see the videos of me practicing. There's actually a video on YouTube of me when I was 4 trying to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on the violin. Yay! I was 4, but I knew it didn't sound good, even back then. I love teaching because I feel that I have a different approach because I was trained very by the book, which I appreciate because it got me to where I am and gave me the skill set. I care about what makes my students the most passionate, and that doesn't have to be Suzuki or classical music or jazz music. I like to take whatever piques their interest and go with that. I'm also a big advocate of feeling out the vibe in the lesson and kind of matching the energy because sometimes I feel when you force somebody to do something that can dampen the creativity, and it's all about what inspires the student the most. So honestly, just bringing out their love for music in the lessons. A fun fact about myself. I don't even have to put it on. Should I just hold it up? That's it. That's the fun fact. Yeah, a fun fact about myself is I actually wanted to be a professional cheerleader my whole life. I started probably in the 3rd grade. What's so funny too is that like I would come home from practice crying every day, but somehow like still loved it and like forced my parents to let me sign up for it every year. But I did it all the way through high school, and I really wanted to like move forward with it. But then I realized that number one, I couldn't tumble because if I messed up my wrist, that would be game over time for me with the violin. And yeah, my parents said, no, we're not gonna do that because once you get through college, you'll be done with that forever. So I quit cheer and kept playing violin. Outside of teaching, I've taken up tennis. I did used to play tennis when I was younger, and it's funny because my name is Serena, and my mom got me a racket that said Serena on it, and I thought she like got it customized for me, but it was actually a Serena Williams racket, and that kind of like crushed my dreams. But I have forgiven her for that and have proceeded to play tennis, and I'm actually not that bad considering how bad I am at all the other sports. So I like that. I love going to see live music. Honestly, every genre. My parents were in a disco band, so I love me some 70s music. I love electronic music, so you'll always find me at shows pretty much every weekend.